Lagdo Dam releases more water. Minister warns of 300 million youth unemployment in Africa. Scientists confirm new fast-spreading variant of COVID. A panic in Abuja over vibrations from multiple earth tremors. Front page of The Guardian this morning.
All right, we'll take a look at the Vanguard newspaper. Still on Dangote Refinery, NNPCL, Dangote, fresh dispute emerges over supply volume. Jackpot Germany expands border controls to curb migrant arrivals. Some more stories. Port Harcourt for Barra sacks Rivers CTC chairman, I beg your pardon, Wike PDP BOT meets behind closed doors. Edo 2024, don't gamble with our collective future. Ighodalo rallies voters. And so more here. Soludo swears in Mayor for as new commissioner for information. Edo 2024 PDP APC LP in last minute's rush to woo voters. And OBJ, IBB, Gusau must rescue Nigeria from ICU. Lookman, fraud. Most people giving Nigeria bad names abroad are foreigners, federal government insist. Nigeria-US bilateral relations at risk over continued detention of Binance executive, lawmaker warns. And lastly, out of the Vanguard newspaper, this one says, fuel subsidy removal poses risk to external reserve growth, CBN.
Let's go to the Tribune now. PDP BOT, that's the Board of Trustees, meets Wike behind closed doors. You can't set Bauchi on fire, Governor dares FCT Minister. Insists PDP Governors Forum stands by Fubara. Front page of the Tribune today. Abure-led LP fights back as Usman interim leadership seek INEC recognition. Supreme Court judgment on local government financial autonomy may only remain implementable on paper. 8 killed, that's Niya Kintola. 8 killed, 2,000 injured as Hezbollah fighters explode in alleged Israeli attack. That's on the front page of the Tribune as well. It's illegal for NNPCL to fix price for Dangote petrol, says Falano. End banditry killings now, no room for excuses, Danjuma tells service chief. A flooding 250,000 persons at risk of being displaced in Kogi, government wants. Establishes 42 IDP camps in the state, that's on the front page as well. 2.2 million registered voters collected their PVCs in Edo, that's according to INEC. ECOWAS targets $12 billion capital investment for Lagos-Abidjan road project. That's on the business side. Marketing flags off upgrade of Ibadan Airport today. Federal government to unbundle 15 unity colleges. And finally, FAC, federal government, state and local government share 1.2 trillion naira in August revenue. Front page of the Tribune today.
And the front page of the Punch newspaper, federal government, states, local governments shared 1.2 trillion naira in August, according to FAC. Nobody can set Bauchi on fire, governor replies Wike. Inflation rates drop contradicts market realities, OPS. Father of dead cadet officer alleges conspiracy as autopsy reveals no drowning. Governorship poll, 35,000 cops arrive at Edo as joint forces begin patrol. 20 governors borrow fresh 446 billion naira as revenues tumble. 3 marketers to import 141 million litres petrol. That's on the business and economy side of things. How federal government earned $1.2 billion from telecom licenses. Obasanjo. PDP shifts neck meeting over state Congress crisis. Federal government alerts 11 states as Cameroon plans Lagdo Dam release. We'll take some more still on the Punch this morning. Flooding, Akpabio assures Tinubu of NAS support for victims. Federal government making tough choices now for better future, Bagudu. And finally, Diri's proposed 45 billion naira secretariat project misplaced priority, says boot shifting.
All right, let's go to the Daily Trust now. Petrol price, NNPCL not usurping our powers. That's according to NMDPRA. It is not a regulator, cannot fix prices. That's a reaction to NNPC Limited reportedly fixing price for petrol bought from Dangote Refinery. Ipman looks out for facial notification of price. Federal government may reduce costs by cutting taxes and deduction. That's according to sources of that front page of the Daily Trust today. Federal government issues flood alert again as Cameroon opens Lagdo Dam. Federal government to split Unity colleges into basic secondary schools. Maiduguri flood, Dandata donates 1.5 billion naira to victims as the Northeast Development Commission also donates 3 billion naira. Onayekon flays federal government reform, says middle class becoming poor. Danjuma to service chiefs, no more excuses, end killings now. 4 die, 8 injured in Ogun Road accident. And finally, CBN to expand e-Naira for government transactions. Front page of the Daily Trust today.
So the Premium Times newspaper, CBN issues new guidelines on ways and means to federal government. Federal, state, local governments received 3.473 trillion naira in Q2 2024 in Haiti. UN restates $6 million to support Borno flood victims. 25 persons die in fatal auto crash, FRC. Floods, Tinubu visits Borno, announces disaster relief fund. 2.2 million registered voters collect PVCs in Edo INEC. Nigeria's Mpox cases mostly affect children, men. And Gates Foundation seeks increased global health financing against malnutrition, disease, and gender equality. 2030 global goal may not be met. Tinubu signs bill for establishment of Center for Arms Control. Lagos court dismisses shareholder suit over FBN Holdings' conduct of annual general meeting. And lastly, flood. WHO scales up emergency response in Nigeria.
Let's go to the Daily Post now. It's getting out of control. General Abdulsalam Abubakar worries over economic hardship. Saliu Lukman says Dangote Refinery NNPC Limited petrol pricing is manipulative. Make policies on price control to curb inflation, APC chieftain advises federal government. You are frustrated. Bala Mohammed knocks Wike over threat against PDP Governors Forum. It is illegal for NNPC Limited to fix prices at Dangote Petrol. That's according to Femi Falana, human rights lawyer. Gunmen kill 5 youth in fresh Plateau attacks. Fuel price hike. Marketers give conditions to buy Dangote Petrol. I import. PDP must act now. They've tolerated Wike for too long. That's ex-national auditor Naji, front page of the Daily Post today.
All right, and we'll take quickly another one right here. We'll just quickly take The Nation newspaper. Our first story here says, no hindrance to gas investments. And some more here, energy reforms to close access gap. NNPC Limited, Total Energies JV, begins $550 million better gas project. Government assures airlines of better environment. And lastly, out of The Nation, bank CEOs chairman with unpublished accounts for 12 months to go, says CBN. We go on our first commercial break. When we return, we'll start off with the analysis. Do stay with us.
Feel better about your life.
32 FM, 94.9, the antidote to depression.
My heart is burning. My head, my body, everywhere is burning. Ura.
What could drive this iron lady to a breaking point? Find out in Wura, Season 3, a Showmax original telenovela. Subscribe from 1,600 Naira monthly. Sign up now at showmax.com.
Babies are God's gifts to parents, and breast milk is God's gift to babies. It contains all the important nutrients and minerals your baby needs, including water, for the first 6 months. Give your baby breast milk only. Remember, breast milk only for the first 6 months. This message is from the Anrin Project or your state's Ministry of Health.
Hey Hey there! Yes, you! You just won 5,000 naira cash! And you, sitting by the side, there's 1 month Showmax subscription to watch the Premier League waiting for you! You behind! Of course! You're not left out! How does 1,000 naira airtime and 2,000 naira Uber discount sound? All this could come true when you buy the No Unwrap and Win pack. Open it, look for a cube with a 6-digit code on its wrapper, text the code to 8011 and follow the prompts to stand a chance to win any of these instant prizes. Promo valid from July till December. Terms and conditions apply. Get extra value on the No Unwrap and Win pack. No, eat for good.
Is it okay to make fun of our tooth gap? Let's have a talk. Colgate makes your teeth so strong. Stop cover your mouth. Not to do younger with your smile. Brush your teeth with Colgate. Zero cavities and fresh breath. If you use a Colgate paste. Not to do younger with your smile. Brush your teeth with Colgate. Colgate, #1 oral care brand in the world.
Start your day and have a good time.
Kivo Creamer.
And where you need to have the break time.
Kivo Creamer.
If not tea, Papa Garita.
Kivo Creamer. Kivo Creamer.
Dear landed property owner, what if I told you that you could reach out to a radio station to sell your choice of landed properties without paying for adverts? Huh? You must think it's impossible, right? And not just any radio station, a radio station with millions of listeners, so your property can be sold as quickly as possible. Stop doubting Thomas. What's your name again? 32 FM, the laughter station in partnership with Soft Sands Property, is bringing this offer to you. Yes, if you have a house or land in a choice location with appropriate titles and you want it advertised in 32 FM 94.9 Ibadan. For quick sales and without paying a cobble, you can call or send a message to this number 0903 457 5628. Also, you can visit www.softsandsproperty.com to express your interest. Terms and conditions apply. Soft Sands, created to house the world.
DSTV is opening up all Premier League games, including Man City versus Arsenal, from the 21st to the 22nd September to all customers. All yours to enjoy. Reconnect today, starting from DSTV Yanga.
My baby is 6 months old. Oh my! 6 months old? Wow! Now your baby needs more than breast milk. It's time to introduce mashed meals. In addition to breast milk, begin to give your baby mashed meals that contain at least one item from each of these 5 food groups: eggs, fish or meat, fruits and vegetables, oils, beans, groundnuts, soya or millet, rice, potato, maize or yam. From 6 months. In addition to breast milk, your baby needs this combination of food types to grow healthy. This message is from the Anrin Project or your state's Ministry of Health.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
Thank you for staying with us on the Break It Down Papers review. It's now time for the analysis of the headlines. We have Mr. Femi Olukunle, who's going to be doing that for us this morning. My name is DENIKE Adimowako.
And I am OLORUNTOBA Yusuf. Good morning, Mr. Femi Olukunle. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me. DENIKE, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I greet you.
All right, I'm going to be starting off with NNPCL Dangote. We're still on this issue. And this headline from the Vanguard says, fresh dispute emerges over supply volume. There seems to be disparity in how much fuel have left the Dangote refinery. Because according to this report, Dangote had already delivered 111 million litres of the product within 3 days. That was last Sunday to yesterday. And according to the NNPCL, says that Dangote is struggling to deliver 16.8 million litres that it promised. So, I mean, this disparity, what do you think of this? And of course, the drama still goes on. But also, what do you think of the, talks here and there about Mele Kyari resigning from this position, as the fact that maybe he's not properly handling all of this situation in the sector?
To start with, the argument between NNPC and Dangote outfit is none of our business. that is not the headache of Nigerians now. What concerns Nigerians is how NNPCL will be reasonable to bring down the cost of a liter at the pump. Nigerians don't want to know what transpires between them. That's their cup of tea. I don't think it is too difficult to add 1 + 1 to get 2, because at least I know that Dangote's outfit must have meters that will be recording the amount of fuel that goes into the loading trucks of NNPCL. So if they find it difficult to do that, that is none of our business. But what concerns us is how NNPCL will not be the only off-taker. How NNPCL will not have business dictating the cost of a liter, because the market is said to have been deregulated, and then it doesn't have business in telling us how much we are going to sell. It is Dangote's business to tell us how much is going to sell its product. So their argument doesn't concern us. And then for Mele Kyari, Mele Kyari is not to blame. The man who is keeping Mele Kyari in that office is the person every Nigerian should blame, and that is the president, because this Mele Kyari didn't perform better when he was under the last administration. That was when there were noises that NNPC did not remit money to the federation account appropriately, and then President Tinubu came and chose to retain that same man there. I think by now Nigerians believe that everyone from Mele Kyari to the last person in the executive council of NNPCL should have been replaced.
Yeah, Mr. Fem, there's also the conversation around whether NNPC should be the one fixing prices, because Fem Falana is arguing that by virtue of the PIA, NNPCL should no longer be a regulator, because it's also, quote unquote, a private company now that is an operator in the sector, that you cannot play the role of an operator and a regulator at the same time. In fact, some people have argued that it's supposed to be listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange as a normal private company is listed, that will drive transparency. It doesn't have business fixing prices for Dangote.
The fact of the matter is that Nigerian government is very, very good at eating its cake and at the same time having it. Now, if you have told the world that NNPCL is a private company and that should be listed on the stock exchange, and you have not done that, that means you are cheating somebody somewhere, and the people that have been cheated are the Nigerians. Now, I love Femi Falana so much, because Femi Falana has always rescued us when it comes to when Nigerian government is modeling things up, and it uses law, what is written in law books, to tell Nigerians and to tell government that, hey, you are not doing it right. This is what the law says. I wouldn't have known, because I don't know the content of all these PIA laws, but he has made us to understand that the NNPCL is swimming against the tide. We can only commonsensically know that. We didn't even know that it is written in their PIA law book. So I give it to Femi Falana. He has always done that for us. However, it should go beyond just saying something. We should take action. Government should be taken to court. If government does not list NNPCL on stock exchange, if NNPCL is doing what is not expected of it by telling us the price we want to buy fuel from Dangote, we should go to court. And aside from that, that is a way of crippling Dangote refinery, because what they wanted to happen is what has already started happening. People are saying that, okay, we are going to import fuel, and some marketers have started importing fuel. So they just want to cripple that refinery, so that their own refineries outside Nigeria may be functioning.
Okay, let's quickly go into this one. The federal government has issued another flood alert, and it's coming at a very critical time when the unfortunate incident happened in Maiduguri, Borno State, with lives lost and people's property devastated in that state. So they say Cameroon has alerted them that they want to release water in the next 7 days from the Lagdo Dam, and because of that, they say it's of utmost importance for states bordering the Benue River, namely Adamawa, Taraba, Benue, Nasarawa, Kogi, Edo, Delta, Anambra, Bayelsa, Cross River, and River State, along with local governments within the state, to heighten their their vigilance and implement measures to ensure that they prepare for the release of this water. I mean, you cannot have, people not getting ready, especially when you have this kind of alert coming from the federal government every time.
Well, we thank God for the life of Cameroon, because Cameroon has not failed to tell Nigerians that it wants to release volume of water from its dam, yes. And that means that the people in that, the people Cameroonian authorities have employed to manage that dam are alive to their responsibility compared to their colleagues in Nigeria, who allowed the sprawling city of Maiduguri to be submerged by water. So people do their works in a lackadaisical manner in this country, and that is why we always have all these needless calamities. Now, Cameroon has given us a red flag that it is coming. Waters are coming. It is up to all those state governors. I believe those state governors will not expect President Tinubu to come and dredge. And the dredging ought to even have been done, because water has its own channel. If water is coming from Cameroon, it has a channel, and then you have just mentioned it now. Okay. And then all these areas where water will traverse, where it will move from Cameroon to the Atlantic, by now they ought to have done something. They shouldn't be waiting for this time, because they may be caught unaware. No, not even unawares. They may be caught pants down now, because if they have not widened the channel, there is no how water will not overrun the states that have been mentioned now.
I mean, it was something to note that it's just 7 days, and they are saying that the states should heighten their vigilance and implement appropriate preparedness. If we were not prepared before, how are we going to be prepared?
Thank you very much.
In 7 days?
That exactly is what I'm talking about. If you look at Governor 𝐶𝐈 Makinde here, Governor 𝐶𝐈 Makinde learned from what happened in the 2011 when this a portion of Ibadan city was submerged, and people there was so much calamity. People were killed, the property destroyed, and he dredged the rivers that water moves. And aside from that, if you look at the trajectory, you see that World Bank project has even been done in these areas where you have the river moving. They widened and they plastered and they made beautiful and they have made it so easy for water to move itself to the Atlantic. If those states that are being mentioned this morning have not done that, there is nothing that will happen.
Would you say that some of
carelessness?
Would you say that some of these state governments would rather build IDP camps than do what you just said? Because it seems like their proactiveness to quickly build an IDP camp is faster than maybe fixing a dredge to curb something like this.
My dear sister, to build an IDP camp is a lazy job, because how many days will they spend doing that? And aside from that, from this IDP feeding and what have you, money will come from whoever who wants to steal money. But to give water a good channel, the channelization of a waterway, it is capital intensive. They will spend money, and the money must show. But to cheat IDPs, it is easy. And not only that, for them to even be building IDP camps without thinking of how to resettle the people to their ancestral homes, I think that is nonsensical. It's not what we should be talking about.
All right, let's really go to the financial side of things. The Federal Accounts Allocation Committee, I'm talking about FAC, said it disbursed 1.2 trillion naira earned as revenue in August 2024 to the federal government, states, and local government council in Nigeria. According to the report, this figure represents a decrease of 11%, or 155 billion naira from 1.35 trillion distributed in July. What's your take on this one?
It shouldn't surprise anybody, because it is not angels or spirits that generate this money. It is human beings, and those human beings are Nigerians. And Nigerians who are disillusioned, Nigerians who are not happy, Nigerians who are hungry, you can expect them not to work to the optimum capacity. And then aside from that, this movement, one step forward, 5 steps backwards of our economy, will naturally have an effect on the larger economy, the macro economy of this of the nation. So I'm not surprised that we are seeing that kind of figure. And if as long as our governors will expect President Bola Tinubu to be the father to give them money all the time, if they cannot think out of the box, if they cannot go into aggressive agriculture and some other things, that is what we are going to be seeing. And of course, it is most unfortunate that head or tail, it is the people that will suffer. These governors will not suffer. Their hangers on will not suffer. Their families will not suffer. It is ordinary Nigerians that will suffer. So I'm not surprised at that figure. As long as we don't do the right thing, we will continue to get that kind of figure.
Okay, let's quickly go into the crisis in the Labour Party. I mean, we saw the accusation and counter-accusation about how campaign funds were managed. Now we're seeing the Abure faction fighting back, urging INEC not to recognize Senator Nenadi Usman as the interim chairman of the party. I mean, a lot of people are saying that this is a party that came around, tried to convince Nigerians that it was different or was better than the established political parties, that's the PDP and the APC. What do you make of all of these internal issues in there, the allegations and counter-allegations, and the Abure faction trying to, put pressure on INEC to not recognize the other faction, the interim chairman, Nenadi Usman?
I don't want Nigerians to be confused about what is happening in the Labour Party. I have said it before, and I'm going to repeat myself, that Labour Party was nowhere to be found before. It was lost among so many other parties in the country. The major parties we have always heard had been the PDP and the APC. But Labour Party came to the center stage when Peter Obi left PDP and joined that party.
They had Mimiko as governor.
Mimiko did not generate ripples as it is being generated now. It didn't at all. Mimiko used it to contest in Ondo State, and he won. Now, Obi came to the national turf, and that is why Labour Party's name is being heard in the four corners of this country. Now, remove Obi from that party today, that party we almost go into oblivion. So it's like somebody living in fool's paradise. That's the way I see it. Labour Party to me is a paperweight. So all these noises they are talking about, if they are making, they are generating. If you look at it very well, the undercurrent is money. The other time we were having Lamidia Papa and versus Abure. And
now it has switched.
Now Lamidia Papa has calmed down now, and then another person has started facing Abure. So when you look at it, recognition, big manism, and money is what is generating all these noises in Labour Party. So to me, the noises that Labour Party is generating doesn't hold any water. It doesn't. It's a storm in a teacup to me. So if they like, let them destroy that party completely. That's their headache. It doesn't concern Nigerians. Have so many things to think about other than to be thinking about Labour Party. In fact, those who are giving them space in their newspapers, they are even wasting space.
All right, we have to go on a commercial break. When we return, we'll open the phone lines. Remember, we're live on our Facebook page, 32FM 949 Fenye. To stay with us.
Stay tuned to 32FM 94.9.
Looking for a story with unending drama? Tokumbo has got it. Intense drama with fast-paced, tire-screeching scenes? Tokumbo has it. Drama with backflips, bicycle kicks and action that keep you on the edge of your seat? Tokumbo has got it. Heart-pounding, emotional, dramatic scenes? Tokumbo has it.
Hold on to your seats. Tokumbo is now playing on Netflix with plans starting from 2,200 naira only.
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí aláboyún, ó ṣe pàtàkì kí n tọ́jú ara mi kí n sì wà ní ìlera pípé. Kí ìwọ àtoyún inú ẹ lè wà ní ìlera tó péye. Máa lo oògùn ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó ní áyọ̀nù nínú àti folic acid lójoojúmọ́ lákòókò tó bá lóyún. Eléyìí ń dènà àìtó ẹ̀jẹ̀ nínú oyún, yóò sì jẹ́ kóyún wà lálàáfíà. Fún ìlera pípé, ẹ máa yọjú sí àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ìlera yín fún ìtọ́jú oyún nígbà tó yẹ. Ìkéde yìí wá láti àkànṣe iṣẹ́ Olórin, iléeṣẹ́ tó ń mójútó ètò ìlera ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́.
When shopping for a car, you say
leather seats, alloy rims, V8 engine, extra cooling AC, rear view camera.
But when buying anti-malaria drugs, you say,
is it not malaria? Anyone will do.
Choose your malaria drugs the same way you choose your car. Always ask for Coartem. It's also available in cherry-flavored dispersible tablets for children. Don't gamble with malaria. Choose right. Choose Coartem. If symptoms persist after 3 days, please consult your doctor.
Ẹ̀yin fans mi. It's okay. Ẹ lọ sórí gbogbo ìkànnì ìbánidọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ ní 32 FM 949 fẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ àsáàpù. It's okay.
Dear landed property owner, what if we told you that you could reach out to a radio station to sell your choice of landed properties without paying for adverts? You must think it's impossible, right? And not just any radio station, a radio station with millions of listeners, so your property can be sold as quickly as possible. Stop doubting. Thomas, or what's your name again? 32 FM The Laughter Station, in partnership with Soft Sands Property, is bringing this offer to you. Yes, if you have a house or land in a choice location with appropriate titles and you want it advertised on 32 FM 94.9 Ibadan for quick sales and without paying a kobo, you can call or send a message to this number: 0903 457 5628. 0903 457 5628. Also, you can visit www.softsandproperty.com to express your interest. Terms and conditions apply.
Soft Sands, created to house the world.
Hello, this is Domino's. What would you like to order?
I want the Chairman pizza with a dash of buttery blockbusters.
Okay, and some cheesy romance. And a slice of sizzling action.
Yum!
And a side of flavored drama.
Yes!
From cheesy romance to flavored drama, feel everything, because your Domino's pizza orders now come with Showmax. Make sure to ask for Showmax when you walk in to order at any Domino's store. Chop, watch, feel everything. Terms and conditions apply.
Start your day and have a good time.
𝐃𝐈𝐒 creamer.
Where you need to have the break time.
𝐃𝐈𝐒 creamer.
If not tea, papa gari time.
𝐃𝐈𝐒 creamer. 𝐃𝐈𝐒 creamer.
32 FM 94.9.
And we're back. Thank you for staying with us on the Break of Dawn Papers review on 32 FM 94.9. We now open the phone line 0705 5949 and our international line +234 906 2949. We're also live on Facebook 32 FM 949 Fenya. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Olufemi from Oyo. My concern mostly is on this issue of fuel. Sincerely, I just want to ask a question. Now, let's see. I want people to answer me if Tinubu does not know about this issue of fuel crisis. The question is, now, is it possible if Tinubu does not know anything about it, that if appointed somebody or you inherited somebody and the person is working against your administrative policy, now, you shouldn't have done something? So because, and it's just like you are reporting a police constable on the road who is collecting money that you want to go and report that person to the DPO or area commander. Because they know about it. All these military, they are giving reports to Tinubu. If Tinubu does not know about it, he will have removed or sacked him. But because they are giving him reports, and that's why he did not do anything. But because, as I was saying before the election, that a capitalist will not want anything or his property to get reduced. And that is why they don't want their money to reduce. They are reporting to him, and that's why he did not do anything to them. If he wants to solve the masses, he will have sacked them and appoint somebody that will favor his policy. God help Nigeria.
All right, thank you.
0705 5949 0829 7949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. My name is Ade from UI. God bless the last person that called. See, that's one of their common language. Someone will say, oh, somebody wants to spoil your government. Everybody say they will remove subsidy. In continuing, they tell them that is the slogan of their people who are blindly supporting them. Do you know the first thing I knew that Buhari will be another calamity is by coming to retain a Emefiele who pay all the money. They say that's okay if you remember that time. Because by the time he got there, he used immediately to make his own money. Then how do I know that Tinubu is another calamity there? By telling Mele Kyari. I'm telling you, they are cabals, they are connecting to send Nigeria. Look at what they are doing. The only thing they know is to spend money and crippling. They set fashion in your party or not, another stuff what will come in, and we'll get them out of that place by sometime by God grace. That's the best of today.
All right, thank you. We'll take a reaction on Facebook quickly.
Omotayo Olurutimi Onobamiro says it's a pity that Phil should when Phil should be our servant in Nigeria, Phil is still our master. At this point, we should be discussing about technological development and all of other such development. But what do we see? We see the discussion of Phil and pricing of Phil.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, in that platform. I'm greeted as locally as well as you, Uncle 𝐿𝐴𝐿. It's my name. That locally has said that we should take federal government to court concerning how they are manipulating official pump price. What are we saying this morning? Where are the justice? If at all there is justice, where are the implementation? The justice is not working. Even according to the Falana, that there is justice, but justice has to be implemented. And there's one of the eminent leaders said middle class is becoming poor. Not that they are already poor, it has been swapped. And it is fundamental that there must be a gap between rich and poor. And the gap is getting wide on a daily basis. We are already poor are still celebrating those at the higher. And we are the one exonerating this tormentor. And we continue to be, because we continue to be exonerating our tormentor. We continue to be celebrating our oppressor. That's how the causes will be. And until we resist and we get this, I resist on it. 𝐼𝐍𝐶𝐾 is my name. That's our submission. Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Our numbers 0705 50949. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
God bless you, sir. This is Benga Mario calling from Apata. On the issue of the fuel, do you know that finally the federal government has won over the mill? Dangote has no respite, and the FG they have successfully imposed the new price of PMS on us. And everybody thought normal. Everybody's doing about their normal duties. You can go straight into the police station and buy fuel for 1,000, 1,100, and nobody is talking. Everybody's moving quietly. Wow, APC has done their best. Well, 2027 is somewhere around the corner. By then, we know what to do. On the flood alert, we are calling on the government to be proactive on this flood alert. Let them train, let them expand some of those lakes that we have along the axis of the country, so that it can, once they're able to dredge some of those those areas, I think the flood, the water will passing. Then there would be a need for us to be camping for safety. So let the government be proactive, and let the people that are living in those areas as well be more proactive. Thank you, and God bless you.
All right, Mr. Femi, speaking of 2027, there was this headline from the Vanguard, something about Salihu Lukman, the former national vice chairman of the APC, who said that the president had become inaccessible and was calling on the former president Olusegun Obasanjo, Ibrahim Babangida Aliyu Gusau to displace APC from power in 2027. Now, there was something about even Abacha was more accessible than President Tinubu. I think that was the headline from the Vanguard.
Yeah, it is they that know that, because I've never had the opportunity of seeing the president, and I've never had developed interest to see the president. I don't need to see the president. I want to feel the president. I want to feel his governance. However, the only thing that we make 2027 to be meaningful to Nigerians is if and only if the National Assembly will make law that beavers and then transmission from a polling unit to the IRF is if it is backed up by law. If it is not backed up by law, and I will come and tell us that we can do it, whether we like, if we like, it is that if we do that, then we can guarantee, common sense and non-interference in election.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, everyone in this studio.
Good morning.
This is the voice of John 𝐿𝐴𝐿 from Adowo. First and foremost, on the issue of Dangote and the NSCC, I really
appreciate Baba Falano, like the analyst rightly said. He always come to the aid of Nigerians. You see, when the NFPC and the Dangote were just longer held about the price, many Nigerians even come out and fought the federal government through the NFPC that, look, you are the one that is responsible to fix the price of the petrol. Why are you now casting it on Dangote? Whether anybody likes it on Dangote or not, the right thing is that the NFPC should fix the price. And they are the ones that always responsible for fixing the price. Why now, when the Dangote refinery now coming, the problem now started to tell you about there is something fishing underground that they don't want Nigeria to see. And very soon, Nigeria will see everything. And finally, on the issue of allocation, actually, Nigerians and every state are not feeling of the allocation at all. Only the people that are feeling it are governors. And the point I want to say here is that I want to little bit digress from the view of the analysts here about whether they should depend on federal government or allocation. I think federal government too is even depends on allocation because it's not belong to him. So until when we have a right constitution that will pave way that even all these allocations we are talking about is not even belong to federal government. Even the allocation of federal government, as far as taking the large portion, we did not even see the impact of it on any Nigeria. Thank you and good morning.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. It's time for us to go. And thank you so much for joining us on the Break of Dawn Papers Review today. My name is DENIKE Adimoagu.
And I am OLORUNTOBA Yusuf. Thank you for listening. The Smart Kid Show is up next.